Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to be unpacking a really specific set of sources.
That's right. We're looking at texts focused on the nourishment of success.
And specifically, we're digging into the Quran and the Sunnah to see how obedience fits into, well, achieving success according to these texts.
Yeah, our goal is pretty clear. Find the exact conditions, the protocols that these sources say lead directly to what they call the great success.
And the core idea, it seems pretty straightforward, almost stark.
It is. The sources basically equate success directly with obedience.
They even say that early Muslims were, undefeatable.
Because of their devotion to the Quran and following Prophet Muhammad's directives.
Wait, so does that mean things like, strategy or effort don't matter as much? Is
Yeah.
it purely just compliance?
Well, the text lays out this equation, right? Obey Allah and his messenger, and you get entry into paradise gardens with rivers flowing underneath.
And that's called the great success.
Exactly. It doesn't totally ignore human effort, but it frames that effort as obedience, as following the commands given.
Okay, gotcha. And the prophet's role is obviously central to this.
Absolutely central. Surah Al-Ahzab outlines his roles very clearly.
Right. He's not just a messenger. He's a witness, brings good news, warns people.
A summoner to Allah, and described beautifully as a lamp that gives light.
That's a powerful image.
It is. And what's fascinating, kind of surprising maybe, is how his authority is established.
You mean the part about him being mentioned in the Torah and Gospel?
Yes, that, but also the detail that he's described as someone who can neither read nor write.
Right. That detail always jumps out. How does that play into it?
Well, the implication is that his message must be divine. It elevates the origin beyond human learning.
I see. So that reinforces why obedience is so crucial.
Exactly. And this ties into his practical job for the community's success.
Which involves setting the standards, enjoining the right, forbidding the wrong.
Yes, laying down the moral framework, making good things lawful, forbidding what's foul.
But it's more than just morals, isn't it? There's this social angle.
Definitely. The sources say a key part of his role and necessary for success is relieving followers of their burden and the fetters that they used to wear.
Those fetters. That's a strong word. What does it mean here? Old traditions, social constraints.
It seems to cover all of that inherited social customs, maybe restrictive religious or political traditions that held people back.
So the text is saying you need a kind of freedom from those old ways to actually achieve this great success.
Precisely, as shedding those limitations is framed as necessary. It's quite a radical idea, really.
It is. Okay, so if obedience is the key, and it involves this kind of liberation, what does that obedience actually look like in practice? What do believers do?
The texts are very specific about the protocols. It's about demonstrable actions.
Like when seeking judgment.
Yes. The required response instantly is, we hear and we obey. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Wow, okay. Just immediate acceptance.
And there's a strong warning against sort of performative listening.
You mean don't turn away when the messenger's speaking?
Right. Don't be like those who say, we hear, but don't actually listen or act on it.
So, attentiveness is key, even in small things.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Like the rule about asking permission before leaving if you're gathered for a common purpose, it shows discipline, respect for the collective and the leadership.
Okay, so let's list the core requirements then. It's believing the commands are divine.
Honoring the prophet, helping him could be spiritually, physically, financially.
And, crucially, following his example, right? His actions and sayings, the sunnah.
Exactly. That's the blueprint.
Now, given how demanding this is on the followers, what about the leader, the prophet himself?
That's the other side of the coin. The sources emphasize his own humility.
His background, you mean?
Yeah.
An orphan, a shepherd.
Yes, and that even after he gained status and wealth, like through his marriage to Lady Khadija, he maintained a simple, unpretentious lifestyle.
So there's an example set there. But is there a direct command for how he should treat his followers in return for their obedience?
There is. Allah explicitly commands him to be kind and gentle.
The phrase lower your wing.
That's the one. Lower your wing in kindness unto those believers who follow you. It shows that leadership requires mercy and humility, sort of reciprocal relationship.
Okay, so pulling this all together from our dive, what's the main takeaway about belief?
I think it's that belief isn't just internal. It's proven. It's made real through action. Through self-sacrifice, commitment, and ultimately obedience to these specific protocols.
Obedience isn't just submission, then. It's framed as the active proof of devotion and the pathway to success.
That's how the sources present it, yes.
Which leads us to our final thought for you, the listener. The source material frames this obedience as the way to achieve success and freedom from old burdens, those fetters.
Right. So considering that framework,
What might be the modern fetters, the social, political, maybe even mental encumbrances that a society or even an individual might need to be relieved of today to achieve collective or personal success? Something to think about.